Hi guys, thanks for watching. So I'm Shaun.
And I'm Sarah.
And we have just formed this channel called Mosaic and Cloth to talk to you a little bit about cloth nappies. And the first episode is going to be all about why choose cloth nappies versus something like disposable nappies.
Okay, so a bit of background with us. We have two children now. We have a 2.5-year-old and we have a newborn baby. With our first child, we never used cloth in his early baby days. At that time I just thought it was terry cloths and giant pins, and actually the idea just really scared me. I thought how messy and how horrible. And it's only since we became pregnant with our second that I started to really think about using cloth nappies, and I've just been amazed really at how nice they all are and that it's more straightforward than what I thought.
So when Sarah says she started thinking about cloth nappies, what she means is she got absolutely obsessed with these things and started collecting it. And from a dad perspective, the thought of using these was utterly terrifying, and it was kind of just humouring her at first and thinking, yeah, we'll definitely use these reusable nappies because that sounds like great fun. Who wants to be washing lots of poop and stuff out of these things? But actually, when they arrived and started using them, it was remarkably easy, and I've been pleasantly surprised so far. So Sarah's going to kind of walk you through a bit more about why you should consider these things and some of the benefits of that.
And from a practical perspective, one of the things that I hadn't really thought about is that actually it's normally complete war trying to get our 2-year-old to wear nappies these days. He absolutely hates wearing nappies normally. He pulls them off and he refuses to have nappy changes, and you're chasing him and basically pinning him down. It borders on abuse when you're trying to change his nappy. Whereas since he started arriving, he was absolutely mesmerised. He was just going, oh mummy, can I pick a nappy? And going, wow. And so it's actually one of the things he likes to do each day is pick out nappies, and we've not been able to get him out of them. He has actually cried when we've not put him in a reusable nappy recently, hasn't he?
It's definitely made changing his bum an awful lot easier. And and that's just kind of anecdotal thing there about getting a toddler to use the nappy, and toilet training as well has been a lot easier because he doesn't want to mess in his nappy, he wants to be able to use the toilet, which has been really handy. But it's things like when you start really breaking it down, becoming a parent really draws attention to the amount of waste, I suppose, that goes into having a child, and all the rubbish that you're sending out there and everything else. And by using reusable, the amount, I suppose the lower impact you're having on the environment is massive. And I suppose, we've read about people have been arguing that, well, actually you're doing a lot more washing, but you'd be doing that washing anyway. And a knock-on effect is once you've used these and your children are outside of these and they're no longer using them, is you can sell them on again or you can gift them on, so they don't just get thrown away. So the amount of waste that you're no longer doing is massive.
And there's such cute patterns. One of the things from like a female perspective, I think a lot of us women, without sounding too sexist, can identify with getting a bit fixated on things like handbags and shoes. And I think it's fair to say that this same pattern has happened with me with the nappies now, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
I like all of the prints there. Some of them are absolutely beautiful. Just look at this print. It's so pretty, and I just think, now I look and think how boring are disposable nappies in comparison to this, and it's cute and it's so pretty, and the containment's really good. We've actually found that we've had less leaks compared to using disposable nappies.
That's it, the dreaded punamis that you get with the newborns and even some of the older infants as well. They've not happened with these so far, which is another thing that I thought we would see a lot of, is leaks and poop everywhere. But so far, touch wood, we haven't had anything like that. So if we do contain,
I'm sure we will have some, but actually we had a couple of days of using the disposables when Amelia was born, didn't we? And even just in like that week or so of her being in disposables, we had a couple of leaks, and we're now a month into using the cloth nappies. So we've not had that with her so far. Even with Logan, it's been minimal, hasn't it? In terms of, I was thinking of him being a toddler, heavy wetter, it's going to be a nightmare, because being the kind of person I am, I've researched cloth nappies quite obsessively as well. For me, it's not even just about how pretty they look. I'm the sort of person I need to know how things work, and I have to know that I'm getting the best quality and it's going to be best for baby's skin and all of these things. So for me, there's also that bonus as well, because the other thing we noticed in the few days where Amelia was in the disposable nappies versus her being in reusable, she had a rash, and then once she's been in the reusable nappies, that rash has cleared up, which, you know, it may be a coincidence, but thinking back with our eldest, he also had rash, didn't he, when he was in disposables, and that went on for weeks and weeks and weeks. I think it's the number of wetting and pooing specifically, it just caused a reaction, and I don't know if it's just that these are friendlier to the skin or quite what it is. But
yeah, so they definitely seem to be kinder to the children's skin, which is always good. And another big benefit is, although there is a higher initial cost with things like cloth nappies, because you're having to get different wraps and inserts and everything else in stock and get all of those prepared, the long run is that you're spending a lot less. So obviously, if you think about anyone who's a parent already,
we might spend less.
we might spend less. We should definitely spend less. And when you think about the amount of nappies or diapers that you're going through, that cost can be quite astronomical. But the other benefit, like I mentioned earlier, is you can then, once you're no longer using nappies and diapers, you can sell these on, and once they're cleaned up and everything, they're as good as new at the end of the day, sometimes better because of the absorbency and everything else. So you can recoup a massive amount of the cost there. So although that initial cost is most likely going to be higher, the long run you will save money. It's just a no-brainer in that respect.
Yeah. And I suppose one of the things I would say is that if it is something that's feeling a bit scary, because my initial thought was I'll just do it part-time, and I was anticipating it being really quite scary using them and being a really huge change. You can just have a couple and try them out and just see what you think of them. And I know sort of one of the things that I really want to explore a bit further is just that also the cloth nappy market, it can seem quite overwhelming at first. I think you are basically left thinking that it's a lot more complicated than what it is. And actually what I've realised is when you break it down with the cloth nappies, you basically need a good quality waterproof outer shell, and you need something that's absorbent on the inside. And this can come in different forms with these nappies. So if I think about what that can look like overall and just summarise a bit, and obviously we can unpick that a bit more as we go through. You can have different types of nappy systems, so you can have all-in-ones where basically you have the waterproof outer shell and you have all the inserts and linings all attached to the nappy, so that would be an all-in-one. Or you can have two-part systems where you've got basically a nappy that could be like this one, which is a top spots, and this one which is a Petit Lulu, which are both made of bamboo. And what you can do with these is you basically just wrap them in a waterproof wrap like this one. This is a little lamb wrap, by the way. So that's an example of a two-part system. But also a two-part system might just be a wrap and an insert. So for instance, I've got, for example here, this is a flip diaper, which is a homogeneous one, so nappy, but it's diaper because of the American side. So you can just put inserts inside. So I've just put a charcoal bamboo one in here for now, but basically you can put a range of things inside these wraps, which it don't necessarily have to be a full nappy, but just provide that absorbency. And you can get specific flip, stay dry inserts and night inserts and daytime inserts. So it can be quite varied, and I'm probably going off on a bit of a tangent, so I won't go into that too much more now. And obviously other types you can get are things just like pocket nappies. So this is an Alba pocket nappy, which is quite a famous one. And this is quite a budget one, so basically it doesn't cost a lot, but the designs are really pretty and I really like these. And these are some of the ones that we've had quite a lot of, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're a personal favourite for you. And they get called pocket nappies because they have a nice fleece inside, which is nice and soft for the baby's skin. They have the waterproof outside, and you just put the absorbency inside, so you stuff it into the pocket, so that's why it's a pocket nappy. And you can get these so they're birth to potty, or you can get them so they're sized, so you can get, say, things like newborn, and then there's size 1s and size 2s and various things. This is a birth to potty, so what I've done at the moment, it's on the smallest size, but you can see if you unpuffer it, you can make it bigger and then smaller again.
So there's a lot of reasons, and I guess to sum up why you'd go with something like cloth, obviously first up you've got the convenience of it, especially at this time where we're all under lockdown and we've got restrictions. It's harder to come by things like nappies and diapers because they're getting sold out left, right and centre. Once you've got them, it's literally just a case of keeping them clean, and then you've got them on supply at all times really, so you don't have to worry about rushing out to the shops or anything like that. The overall long-term cost saving is massive in our opinion from what we're finding. Not the bank account at the moment hates it because Sarah's gone mad with these, but Yeah, definitely that mad. But in the long run, it's going to help massively. You've got the fact that the children like them as well. And like Sarah said, it's just nice to collect them. They're jazzy, there's something to talk about. And then also as well, you've got the impact on the environment. You know, in this day and age now with climate change being a hot topic, these things can really help to cut down on the amount of waste that we're putting out there. So it's definitely something worthwhile considering. So this channel is going to be focused on why to use things like cloth nappies. We're going to be going through some really handy guides as well in the future about how to use them. We'll be reviewing different brands. So Sarah's been going through these and testing out loads of different things as well. So we'll be showing you handy guides on how to use these things, what works well, the guides on how to get them washed, set up, started, some of the things to be looking for as well, and what brands really stand out and what nappies work for us.
So yeah, thank you very much for your time. I don't know if this is just going to be incredibly boring for people and you're just going to think what a load of balloons just talking about nappies, but I hope some people might enjoy this.
Yeah, so fingers crossed there's going to be some really helpful advice coming from this channel in future as well. Massive favour to us if you could hit the like and subscribe button. We'd love it if you come along and support this channel and come along on this journey with us in the future. We'll be bringing you weekly videos and they'll be landing every single Saturday as well, because we figured that's when you're probably going to have the most time to watch these and you'll get some awesome tips. If there's anything you'd like to see going forward, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and pop something down in the comments below and we'll be able to action that. So thank you very much. We will see you next Saturday.
Bye!